We all knew winter was going to be brutal for the Duttons, but I didn't expect it to be this deadly. Season 2, Episode 2 only made things worse: freezing temperatures, deadly predators, and a storm that left our characters barely holding on. Cara already had to take down a mountain lion in Episode 1, and now we've got Elizabeth getting bitten by a wolf, while Jacob and his cowboys are stranded in a blizzard. And as if that wasn't enough, Whitfield is out there thriving because of it. The guy always finds a way to use chaos to his advantage. Episode 2 was all over the place, chaotic, intense, and the kind of storytelling that leaves you desperate for more. So, what's next? Episode 3, titled Wrap Thee in Terror, already sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen. The official synopsis reads, Alexandra runs into trouble while traveling alone, making enemies along the way. Father Renault and Marshall Kent close in on Tiana. That's not a lot to go on, but it's enough to know we're in for another rough ride. First of all, the title alone tells us that things are only getting worse. I mean, Cara already survived a mountain lion and a wolf. What's next? A full-on grizzly bear? Elizabeth hasn't had it any easier either. Ever since she decided to marry Jack, her life has been one disaster after another. She lost her father, left behind everything she knew to move to the ranch, had a miscarriage, and now she's been bitten by a wolf. A wolf. And as if that wasn't enough, she also ran into the mountain lion earlier. At this point, I swear Taylor Sheridan is just throwing every possible death scenario at her to see if she makes it. What do you think? Who has a better chance of surviving to the end, Alex or Elizabeth? Because honestly, it's not looking good for either of them. That said, I don't think we'll see much of Elizabeth in Episode 3, aside from maybe a confrontation with Jack. Now, Alex. The synopsis says she runs into trouble while traveling alone, and in the Season 2 trailer, we literally see a man capturing her. Right after that, she's shown walking, or more like running, with her clothes all messy. Safe to say, whatever happens to her in Episode 3 is not good. I think this is the episode where we'll see her fighting for her life, doing whatever it takes to reach Spencer. Will she have to kill someone? Maybe. But one thing is certain, there's no turning back for her now. And with her being pregnant, she'll stop at nothing to survive. Speaking of Spencer, what happened to him in Episode 2 was just insane. He meets Luca's brother, Maceo, who wants to reward him for saving Luca's life. But when Spencer tries to leave, Maceo takes it personally and has his men beat the crap out of him. Like, what was that? Was that whole sequence necessary? Because in the end, Maceo still gave Spencer a task, a gun, and money. That could have been handled so much easier. But whatever, Spencer is in Galveston now, and guess who else is still in Texas? Tiana. I feel like Episode 3 might finally be the moment where their paths cross. And honestly, it's about time. But what do you think? Are we finally going to see Spencer and Tiana meet? Because if there's one thing this show loves, it's making us wait. I get it. So much has already happened in just 2 episodes. But knowing that Season 2 will be the final chapter, I really believe things need to heat up in Episode 3. So here's what I'm thinking. As you know, Tiana's father went off to track that cowboy they ran into earlier, leaving her alone with Pete. And let's be real, this is 1923 we're talking about. Something could happen to her father, or maybe he just won't come back. I know it's brutal, but this show isn't exactly shy about taking people out. If that happens, Spencer might cross paths with Tiana and Pete, and she'd probably feel threatened by yet another cowboy at first. Their first meeting? Tense. But after that, I could see them becoming friends. Another theory, Father Renault and Marshall Kent are still after her, and in Episode 3, they could get even closer. If that happens, Spencer might actually be the one who steps in and saves Tiana. That could be the start of their bond, and let's be honest, it would make for an incredible moment. So what do you think? Is episode 3 finally the time we see Spencer and Tiana meet? Will their first encounter be rough, or will Spencer end up being her unexpected ally? By the way, I still can't wrap my head around how ridiculously easy it was to change the judge's mind with a single threat. But hey, I'll take it. Now, Zane and his family moving in with the Duttons. Makes sense. If they make it through that brutal blizzard, their horses are gone, which is a problem, but if anyone can find a way back to the ranch in one piece, it's them. What do you think? Will they pull through, or are we looking at more trouble ahead? Now, let's talk about Whitfield and Banner. In episode 2, Whitfield watches Norwegian men skiing, and just like that, he gets one of his big ideas. The man sees dollar signs everywhere. His business mind never stops turning. And in episode 3, I'm betting we'll see him cooking up something new, yet another brutal hit for the Duttons. As for Banner, oh man, he's terrified. He's finally realizing that Whitfield is on a whole different level. The guy isn't just ruthless, he's calculating. And Banner knows he's just a pawn in his game. I have a feeling in episode 3, Banner might start looking for a way out, but let's be real, that's not happening. Once Whitfield's got his hooks in you, there's no escape. So here's the question. Does Banner stick it out with Whitfield? Or could he actually turn on him and side with the Duttons before the season ends? Or is it already too late for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I need to hear what you think. After that, you can subscribe to my channel and watch this video next.